Double kill.
Let's talk about daggers in New World. What's going on, guys? My name is Steven with Level Up MMO, and I want to be very clear up front. This is not a leak. We know that daggers are coming, but we don't know when. But what we do have to cover today is a really cool thing a member of the community put together. They basically built out an entire dagger skill tree. They wrote down the abilities, they designed it, and I wanted to share this with more people because I think it's really cool, and it's also a good topic of discussion. Do you like the way that they've designed the combat for the daggers, the abilities, or would you go a totally different route if you were doing it? I want to know those things, but before we get into talking about exactly what they put together, let's give credit. This is from a Reddit user by the name of Xanatu, so you can find them at /u Xanatu if you want to check that out. Check out that thread, lots of positive feedback there. Shout out to them for doing this. Now let's see what they put together. So we can see here they made the two separate trees that is going to be Infiltrator and Slicer. You can see that there are a lot of similarities, some that are exactly the same, but it's really cool to see this up there, and it just kind of builds that hype for what's to come with the daggers. Again, let me know, do you think this is a really cool design? Do you like the name Infiltrator and Slicer? Share your thoughts below. Now that you've seen the trees and how they work, let's talk about the abilities themselves that were put together. First things first, we will be talking about the Slicer tree. As you can see here, there's some movement-based abilities with the forward rush, which is going to allow you to dash forward 10 meters and deal damage equal to 150% weapon damage to all enemies, and it has an 18-second cooldown. I'm not going to go through each and every ability here, but feel free to pause and see what they've built up. I think there's a lot of really cool things here. Again, you have some movement abilities. It's a lot of really graceful. You have like Nature's Blessing Dance. You're going to spin around and hit a bunch of times. You have First Act. If you swing both your daggers, you're going to deal more damage there, and it has a stagger to it. I really like the visual for that. I imagine it to be just like a backhand sort of stab, and that would just be really cool to witness, especially with that stagger, almost like a little bit of a stun there. I think there are really cool passives in here, such as penetrating stabs, going into your Nature's Blessing damage. Each hit ignores armor, so as you spin around, you're going to be dealing more and more. It's just a lot of fun. Things build upon each other with these abilities, and I think that's a great progression. And now we'll move over to the Infiltrator tree, which is a totally different approach to the daggers. So with like most games where there are daggers involved, they went ahead and threw on the ability to go invisible. So Phantom Form will have you activate to become invisible for 15 seconds. It has a 30-second cooldown, seems a little low. Dealing any damage turns you visible again and starts the cooldown. Getting hit with a hard crowd control reveals the player for the duration of the debuff. This one seems a little powerful. Going invisible in New World seems like something we probably won't actually get, but it's fun to think about. And hey, I could be wrong there. Again, you have other things that build upon that ability, such as Quick Ghost. During invisibility, you gain more haste, so you can move around faster. That could be a lot of fun. That ability is going to be the center one, I think, because it has so many ways to kind of build upon it, and that is going to lead all the way to Light Feet and Behind the Lines. Behind the Lines saying that while in this Phantom Form, if you press the ability again while looking at an enemy in a 3-meter range, you will quickly teleport behind that player, and then all backstabs deal 20% increased damage. That would be a massive way to open a fight. Toxic Cloud is an interesting one. You throw a toxic grenade that creates a cloud, blinding enemies inside and dealing poison damage equal to 10% of your base damage per second. It lasts about 6 seconds, and the cloud is a 2-meter size. I like that. I really do. I think that's an interesting thing, and it kind of plays more to the trickster and phantom sort of clown, the theme that they have going on right here. So pause again if you want to read more about these abilities. I think this one's really cool, but I'm not sure how it would actually work in New World. But there you have it. That is the dagger build from a community member. Once again, I will link their Reddit post down below to give them credit. Well done. I like the creativity. Always support little projects like this. And hey, maybe the New World devs will see it and it'll change something up. They'll be inspired to take one of these, maybe even give credit themselves. Who knows? The dagger's been in the works for a while, I think. But as always, if this video is interesting at all, if you like New World content, hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up. And I also recently unlocked membership. So if you want to support me directly, the best way to do that is to become a member. There are some cool perks, so definitely check that out down below. And until next time, good luck in your adventures.